Well, here we are then.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Well, we've been asked to come and talk to you a little bit about the new play, Peter Pan in Scarlet, the sequel.
Should we say who we play?
Let's see who we play.
After you, Mike.
After you, Peter Pan.
Okay. I play Peter Pan.
I play Fireflyer, who's a fairy, a bit like the male Tinkerbell.
I play Ravello, who's a strange circus owner who becomes Peter Pan's manservant.
Does indeed.
Mm-hmm. And it all takes place after the end of the first story, which most people know. But this has never been done before as a play, has it?
No. It's set in 1926, so it's well after they went to Neverland. So they've grown up, haven't they?
Yeah.
The Lost Boys and Wendy and John.
And they've got children of their own, and time's moved on, and everything's become a bit brown and boring since not being in Neverland.
And then all of a sudden, something happens, and they get all these dreams of Neverland, and they realise that they have to go back. And that's this story. It's them going back and then going on a massive new adventure again.
And how it's changed. It's very, very different. It's not quite the happy place that it was anymore. So it's bringing that happiness back and finding out what needs questing to make it happy and where the problem is. And it's epic, isn't it?
It is epic, yeah. There's a lot of stuff in it. There's live music, silk work, flying, lots of exciting stuff.
Mm-hmm. The Jolly Roger comes back again. I don't want to give too much away, I don't want to tell people too much, but it's just all the exciting stuff that we've been playing with. We've been playing on massive swings. We have 6 swings strapped together. Yeah. Might not be allowed to tell you about that, or how
you might just have to censor, like black box.
And then the other bit that was brilliant.
Oh my god! Oh.
Very, very different from the first time we told the story of Peter Pan here, 6 years ago, I think now. We can have live music on the stage, which we couldn't have last time. So there's loads and loads and loads of brilliant instrumentalists, and if you're not doing something in terms of action in the scene, you're in the band corner picking up an instrument and playing stuff. And
yeah, it's really exciting. I mean, nobody's still. Everybody's playing something at some point, and then moving on to doing silks or creating something else, and it just moves really quickly. It's really kind of fast paced, and we go through a lot of places, lots of adventure, big quests for treasure. So it's there's a lot of stuff in it.
And bears.
There's bears.
And the size of Neverland, you know, I don't think anyone could imagine just how big this place is. It was talked about in the first story of there's a lagoon, and that was visited, and we got to places really, really quickly, but there's this epic, huge journey and to get to places and the things that happen on the way, and kind of the shadowy lands, the kind of the dangerous areas and the sinister areas of Neverland, which have emerged and grown and been allowed to develop because of.
But it's also really exciting revisiting the characters that you've known and love, and everyone's. I mean, I think you're 4 years and up, 4 to 94. You're gonna know Wendy, and you're gonna know Peter Pan, and Captain Hook, and John and Michael and the Lost Boys. You'll have heard about them even if you don't know the story. So it's really cool to revisit those characters and find out what's Wendy doing 20 years later, and what's John doing, and what's Peter doing, and it's really cool to revisit all those characters again.
And we start with the previously in Neverland as well, don't we? We've got like a little bit of a...
Last time there was.
Bringing us up to today.
Yeah, I think they will feel like that quest, because it's a bit like in Around the World, where you felt like you were on the journey. This is very similar. You kind of feel like you're going on the journey with these people, and we're going to so many locations. It really, even when you're inside it, it does feel like you're in different places. It's quite peculiar how that happens, and it happens really quickly.
Loads of the stuff that I don't want to give too much away, but lots of the stuff is imagined. So they're not really doing some of the things that are there, and some of the things that they're pretending are there and acting there aren't. All the people are imagining it and creating it in their head. So as an audience member, you become part of that as well. So if they're pretending that there's a beast over there and they're acting around it and attacking it and fighting it, there's not really anything there because it's in their heads, but that means it's in your head as well. So you can you're part of making that happen as much as we are on stage, because we're all just imagining this world and these people and the things that they meet.
Which is one of those unique things about doing it in the round as well, I think, because we're all in that room together. You really feel like you're part of it. I think that's always one of the great things, and the imagination that the audience brings, as well as we do, I think it combines, you know what I mean, it strengthens it really.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you can feel where the focus is as well, because people do have to go, what's happening over there, and then something's happening over here as well. And we're with that, you know, of like watching this massive tennis match of where stuff's happening, and everyone's doing that. You can see wherever you look in the audience, there's people getting involved in stuff, and stuff happening close to them and then far away from them, which is then close to somebody else. And it's proper bip, bap, bip, bap, bip, bap, bip, bap, bip. Yeah. And I suppose a little bit like Singing in the Rain that's on, you know. And they've got rain, which brings people in, and I think there's going to be quite a lot of sweating on people, isn't there? We're getting fitter. We are getting fitter. Look at that now. Look at that. Throat flying.
Actually, I think that we've sort of got that in the back of our head, that the certain set pieces, we know that that's going to be the front, and some of the images that we're creating, I think, are going to look stunning end on. And we've been playing around with certain things that we thought would only really work in the round, but when we've practiced them in front of these big mirrors that we have in the workspace over there, it really works, because you can kind of ping like that from either side of the stage, and yeah, I think it's going to be awesome.
It's great as well, because often you do a show here and it just stays here, and it's really nice to know that we're going on with it and we're taking it somewhere else and other people get to see it. It's a different part of the country. It's it's really exciting.
And we've been told they've built out the front of the stage as well to try and get a sense of coming over the audience that can happen here, health and safety, because absolutely nobody died.
Good place to end on.